Members, we come now to votes in the Māori, Other Populations and Cultural Sector, Volume B5, Vol 8. The question is that vote Arts, Culture and Heritage, vote Internal Affairs, vote Māori Development, vote Pacific Peoples, vote Sport and Recreation, vote Statistics, vote Treaty Negotiations, vote Women stand part of the schedules. But before I take a call, I'll just advise the House that all parties, apart from the National Party, have used up their supplementary calls, and the Māori Party and the ACT Party have one each of that, and then so the standard calls that exist as allocated proportionately in this under this topic are those calls that are left. I call Nuk Karako.
Tēnā koe te tiomana. It's a privilege to take the Chair's call in this debate, sir, of the Māori, Other Populations and the Cultural Sector in my role, sir, as the Chair of the Māori Affairs Select Committee. Sir, it's also a privilege to be a Māori MP in a government which is working hard to improve the lives of Māori, Pacifica and also all New Zealanders. Sir, while I don't agree with the Māori Party's stance on Helen Clark's UN bid, Marama Fox did remind us just how bad the Labour Party was for Māori, sir, the last time they formed a government. And when we look at that, sir, Labour, supported by New Zealand First, extinguished Māori customary title over the foreshore and seabed. That's the first one. Sir, the next one was that after National completed the first treaty settlements in the 1990s, it was Labour that effectively stalled it, and then it took a national government, sir, particularly under the Honourable Christopher Finlinson, as the Treaty Minister to get the things moving again. Sir, the third thing is that it took a national government to actually commit New Zealand to the UN Declaration of the Rights of Indigenous Peoples. And the fourth thing, sir, which I think is worth really highlighting, that it took a national government to apologise to Tūhoi for the Uruwera claims, or raids rather. Sir, with this one, I want to talk about the great things that the National is doing, sir, for Māori now, and particularly through this year's budget. Treaty settlements, sir, are continuing, and more iwi around the country are actually receiving the apologies from the Crown. And what they're also doing is actually banking the commercial redress that gives them the opportunity, in a way, sir, to invest in their futures. We have also, sir, further increased our investment in Māori and Pacifica trading schemes. And this, sir, is a fantastic program. It's about giving so many young people a chance, sir, to take up a trade, to actually provide for themselves and their families and play an important part in filling the skills shortages we are facing in the construction and the infrastructure industries. Mr. Chair, what better way is there to support our young people than to give them a chance to make a contribution to their country's well-being, while at the same time, sir, securing their family's financial future and ensuring, sir, that they can depend on a wage and not actually a welfare payment. Sir, under the training scheme, 1,200 young people benefited from this program last year. But, sir, demand is continuing to grow. This new funding, sir, this year, 9.6 million, will provide places for 2,500 young learners this year alone. And, sir, next year, 3,400. And what about housing? We've heard the opposition talk, sir, a lot about housing shortages. But here is a government that is doing something about it. It's called comprehensive planning. So, young Māori who want to own their first home can already access a number of things in a number of ways so that they can actually have a great opportunity to move into their own home. The first one is the Home Start Scheme. The second one, sir, is the Kiwi savings that they can utilise. And the other one, and particularly amongst a number of iwi, is that they have their own savings schemes, just like the Ngaitahu Whairawa. So there are three ways, sir, that young Māori can actually access these particular funds, where they're saving funds, that they can actually have a better chance of getting their first home. But, sir, we're also giving the Māori housing network a boost, $12.6 million over the next 4 years. We know, sir, that the Māori find it more difficult to get into their first home than non-Māori. So this targeted assistance, sir, will actually help more of our whānau realise their housing dreams coming true. So this funding will go towards new homes, housing repairs, and to ensure whānau have access to safe, secure and also healthy homes. Mr Chair, this budget also benefits our Pacific brothers and sisters, with a further $4.6 million of new operating funding going to the Pacific Employment Service. Sir, this helps get Pacific young people back into work and back into training. Sir, I focused on Māori and Pacifica, but there's a lot more in that involved as well. Kia ora.